Welcome to Digital Planning 101. This is day 1 and this is the second video, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the planner and also show you some ways that you can use it within Goodnotes 5. Here we are, we have the copy of the planner and we've already downloaded it into our chosen app. If you swipe to your left, you'll see the first page. You've got a space to write your name as well as some helpful information. So you've got this planner tutorial that I'm filming now. You've got a button to link you to my store, KJKCreates, as well as my website, The Simplicity Matters. And here down the bottom, you can see 3 coloured ovals. This is the colour palette that I've used in the planner, and the hex codes at the bottom will come in really handy when we set up our colour palette, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Down the right hand side we have 2 tabs. The first tab will take you back to the front cover and the second tab will take you to the index. Now, one of the really important things to note about Goodnotes is that in the top right hand corner you'll see the pen tool. This pen tool needs to be turned off in order for your buttons to work. Once you turn your pen tool on, it will bring up all of your writing tools, but the buttons will no longer work. So just something to keep in mind, if your buttons aren't working, it's likely that your pen tool isn't turned off. Down here we have the monthly page, weekly page, daily page, and a meal planner page for you. And then we have a blank and a line page that you can use to write on, as well as 2 blank tabs that we're going to be using in day 2's lesson. Okay, let's have a look at some of the tools that you might use. I'm going to click on the weekly page and I'm going to turn my pen tool off. Okay, along the top you have a number of tools. We're going to start at the first one, which is your pen tool. So click on your pen tool, which is on the left hand side, and you'll see that it brings up a few different options. On the right you have 3 color dots as well as your line thickness. If you hold it down, you'll see that you've got 3 options for your pen as well. I prefer the ball pen, but you might prefer the fountain or the brush pen. We'll come back to over here on the right hand side. If you click on the pen thickness, you can adjust this as you need to. I tend to write at about a 0.55 millimeter, but anywhere really between 0.3 and 0.7 is my preference. Have a play around with it and see what works for you. Over at the colours, we have colours for our pens, and if you click on that, it will bring you up to the preset colour palette. We can customise this colour palette. If you click on the custom button right here, you can see that down the bottom here, you have a hex code. At the front, I showed you the 3 dots and it had the hex codes underneath. What you can do is you can copy that hex code, paste it in here, and it will bring up that exact shade. You then click on the blue button, say add to presets, and you can see that it's added that color to your custom color palette. You can do that with all 3. You can actually do it with any shade you want, and then you can have a customized color palette specifically to use for your planner. Coming back to the pen tool, so we have our pen tool that we can use to write. Now when you're writing, as you saw me just do, it's very handy just to use 2 fingers to zoom in. When you first start writing, it can feel a bit odd, and zooming in will allow you just to get more fluidity in your handwriting until you get used to it. Moving along, we have the eraser tool, really handy if you make a mistake. Again, you have thicknesses that you can use to erase, so you can have the thinnest right up to the thickest. And what is really handy about this tool is you can make your planner as messy as you want and use that tool to erase what you don't want, and then you still end up with a nice planner. With the erase tool, you can also hold it down and it gives you a few different options. I really like the clear page option, especially if I duplicate something, then I can easily just clear the entire page. You've got a highlighter, and again, you have options for thickness and color. So if you hold that down, and if you keep holding it down, it will actually make the highlighter line nice and straight, and the highlighter, once you let go, will go behind the text. We have the shape tool, which is great. It means you can draw any wonky shape and hold it down, and it will make the shape nice and uniform. There you go, got a good square. That can be filled or not filled. Next to that is the lasso tool. You'll use this tool all the time. So it's a great tool. You can lasso anything that you want, move it as you need to. If you long hold down, it will also bring you up a menu and it has some additional elements. Moving along, we come to the Elements tool. Now we'll get on to more about the Elements tool when we talk about digital stickers, but this is the Goodnotes inbuilt sticker book. So they have lots and lots of different stickers that you can use, and you can also use this option right at the end, the plus button, to create your own or add your own elements. And I'll show you how to do that on day 3. You can import photos. So here you can tap on the photo, it'll bring you up to your photo reel on your iPad, and if you tap any of them, you can import them into your planner to use, which is a nice way to decorate your planner as well. And then the final one is your text tool, and you can use this button and it will convert your handwriting to text. Okay, that's all the tools that you will need to get started. Have a play with it, enjoy using your planner, and I will see you tomorrow.